obviously, nice win today. Got the series win. A lot of home runs, but
A lot of home runs.
start by talking about Sloan's outing and then Nate Stern's 3
I'm
innings
glad you
of
said that
work.
because for me that was obviously being a pitching guy to kind of settle the storm. Braden got back to a little bit closer to what he was. He threw the pitch that the guy hit the home run on was actually a decent pitch, and he put a good swing on it. But I thought for the most part he was way better in terms of filling up the strike zone, pitching off his fastball a little bit more, which made his changeup better. So, it was great to see him, kind of get back on track. And then, I told Nate before the weekend that, his time was coming, and man, he was ready for it. 3 innings, a hit, a walk, and a strikeout, to just keep them at bay on a day where, fly balls end up being home runs. Like the first at bat of the first pitch of the game against Caven was a 90 mile an hour exit velocity at a 43-degree launch angle, which is like an out in like pretty much any ballpark except today. But we back that up with, I think, Stroh, Snyder, Bowen, Brunson twice, Silva. I mean, it just says a lot in terms of when we needed to get offensive. In the last 2 days, we've gotten offensive, which is great because that's what you need some days. We pitched it well, we've hit well, and on the last 2 days where we haven't pitched great, they were able to bail us out. I think another great play was, the ball's going to find you, and Jack Bell, a line drive to third base to keep them off the board. Otherwise, that's a base hit and they're up by 1. So I thought that was a huge play in terms of, and he was playing kind of in a little bit because they bunt. It doesn't matter with 2 outs and a man on second base, they'll still bunt. So, he was in, and great reactions and great job of, making sure we're playing some defensive adjustments and have the right guy in there. So.
Caden Parker today, what'd you kind of see from him, and what'd you tell him when you took him out?
Well, I mean, on a day like today where, he's got senior day and he's got put a lot of sweat equity into this place, and he's, a little bit away from graduating, and a guy that's come a long way in terms of not just on the field, but off the field, everything, I think he really wanted it today. And I think the first, the guy that hit the, kind of a cheap home run in terms of, it wasn't cheap either, but in terms of a pitcher, when you give up a home run like that, you feel it's kind of cheap. It kind of spooked him, I think, a little bit. And then, to be honest with you, you go all the way back to the first inning, we end up winning by 1, and, it was homer, blooper, walk. I think he got to the bases loaded, and next thing you know, he limited it to a 1. That was huge, and obviously the second inning wasn't the way he wanted to, but Sloan did a good job picking him up. So just a really, really good team win in terms of all areas of the game. Silva making a couple really good plays on the run at short, to lead off I think it was the 9th inning against Michelle. Him making that play, that changes the dynamic of that inning. So just really good all the way, 3 phases of the game, no errors. We had a couple walks today, which is, part of it, especially with the wind blowing out. Guys tend to be a little bit more careful, and that could bite you in the rear end a little bit because all of a sudden Solo's a 3-run homer. So all in all, though, I'm happy to be walking away today with a series win, and looking forward to tomorrow.
You mentioned senior day. 2 of those guys, Caveman and Jax, have been here for all 4 years of their career. Just talk about their consistency, showing up every day, and what they've meant to the program.
Well, I think you need that in this transfer portal era where, we're in our classroom right now, and those guys have been here, listening, doing all the things that we've asked them to do for 3 and 4 years. And so, to see those guys kind of, work their way through the program, and, it's very easy for guys to leave or do something else, but they just kept plugging along, and it says a lot in terms of our program and those guys in particular in terms of investing and wanting to leave this place better than they found it. And I think, not all of them, but especially those 2 and Brody and guys that have been here for 3 and 4 years. It says a lot because they are leaving it better than they found it, and hopefully we've done our part in terms of giving them an opportunity to enjoy college at TCU and baseball.
You also honored Evan Scout today.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good career and has come back as a coach. Just talk about his impact.
Well, we really had to scratch and claw to get him to actually get honored today. He wasn't going to do it, and Brandy played him in a card game, best 2 out of 3, and Brandy won. And so Evan, his parents are in town. I know graduation's on Monday for our guys, but I'm glad that he lost, because he deserves the tip of the cap. He deserves people to honor him again, because he was a true, the heart, blood, and soul of this program in his 3 years here, and for him to come back and finish and be on our staff for 2 years. He just continues to give back. His dad said thanks to me, and I said, for what? Thanks to you guys for allowing us to have him for 3 years while I was here, and then a couple of years as a coach.
Carson Bowen continues to just break in the leadoff position.
Yeah.
What is it about him that just makes him fit so well at the top of the lineup?
I think I think his approach. I think most times when guys are doing well, it's all about approach, and I think he's been pretty consistent with his approach, and it takes good pitches to get him out. And I think him seeing consistent at bats and knowing that he's going to be in the lineup every single day, and gives him an opportunity to settle in. I think he's back to his, for the most part, his old self in terms of just taking quality at bats, and seems to be finding some holes. And obviously the home run on the backside for him too was really special to see today.
Got a starter for tomorrow?
Mason Brassfield. Yep.
All right, Nate. Los just said he talked to you earlier this week, said that your time was coming. You come out there today, go 3 scoreless, only give up 1 hit.
Right.
Just talk about your outing today.
Well, it was really fun. Going down there early, knowing that Coach put a lot of trust in me to put me down in the bullpen and then tell me to get high. Kind of just same thing like he said, early in the week, your time's going to come soon. Just be ready for it. So that's all I did, just mentally prepared, and just went out on the bump.
On a day like today where the wind's just kind of all over the place, carries the ball out, do you kind of have to change your mentality for it if, say, a cheap home run was to get out like that happened against Parker?
Slightly, yeah. We'll get a lot of Los talks about pushing the ball down just in general with just about everyone. So my intention is normally just to push the ball down. So no matter the wind, whether if a guy gets under, he gets under. If he gets on top, he gets on top of it. So that just depends on the hitter. But for me, it's always push it down and let the break do the thing.
We're into a little bit of trouble there in the 9th. Los comes out and talks to you. What's he saying to you in that moment? And then you look pretty fired up after Jack made that catch.
Yeah, well, he came out there. He just said, "Hey, go back to your breath." We talk a lot about the mental game. So he just went out there. What do you want? What do you want to pitch? I'm like, all right, heater. Cool. Let's work from there. That's all I really need to say. Yeah.
And then Jack making that snag.
Jack that fired me up. That was cool. I got nailed out there. That was crazy.
With Jack's catch and Silva at shortstop, how nice is it to pitch, with this defense behind you?
It's great. I can work just about anything anywhere. If I mess up like I did on that pitch where I go cutter, it's supposed to be out of third, leave it middle in, guy gets around it and he puts 110 probably in his face. I still trust him 100%. I know they're going to be there. They're incredible fielders. I'm so thankful to be on this team with them.
All right, Chase, 2 home runs for you today, 5 for the team today. When the wind is blowing out like this, it's rare at Lupton, but
Yeah.
were you kind of hunting today for those, or did you just let it come to you?
I just kind of let it come to me, just find some pitches I can drive and put in play. And I was able to do that with those 2 tonight, or 2 today. But the wind was kind of blowing, which is not normal for Lupton, as you guys might know. But it was nice to kind of see the wind blowing a little bit the past 2 nights. So.
We talk about the wind blowing out when you're hitting, but how much harder is it to play center field with the wind affecting it?
It's a lot harder. The ball's moving everywhere, so you kind of have to play it. We're used to it now, but it can be tough, and you never know where the ball can be going. It can be going back in, side to side. So just kind of getting adjusted to that. But yeah.
Talk about Tony's swing there at the bottom of the 9th.
I actually called that, but that was awesome, man. Just to have that opportunity to do that, what he did, and it's just kind of like a dream right there, especially to get the series win, and just a hell of a swing.
I asked last night, but with last year and this year, you've kind of been on both teams. What's kind of been the difference that you've seen by the end of the year comparatively?
Yeah, everyone's just got a good attitude towards showing up. We're all really close with each other. We got a pretty young group, so I think just the chemistry we have, and just believing in one another, because we have a lot of depth all around, and just believing in everyone, even if you're a young guy or an old guy out there, just believing in the guys that are out there.
It was a tough weekend last weekend in Arizona. I know you guys kind of felt like you maybe left something on the table there. To come back and get 2 wins in a row against Cincinnati, clinch the series, and kind of regain some of that momentum. How important is that?
It's really important, especially this late in the year. With 2 weekends left, I think we just wanted to come out and prove something this weekend that we are a better team than we were last weekend. And, you know, I'm glad we got the 2 wins tonight, but the job's not finished. We still got one more tomorrow, and so I think we're all ready just to go get that one tomorrow and move on.
You hit 2 home runs on your mom's birthday earlier this year. Tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I think you got more in you.
Might have to do it again. We'll see.
All right, Anthony, obviously you had the big walk-off home run today, but you made a ton of defensive plays earlier in the game to kind of keep TCU in it when you guys were trailing. Just talk about your approach defensively, and does that help you get locked in at the plate?
Yeah, first of all glory to God, all glory to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So he helped me, helped the team get this win. He's helped us throughout the season. But yeah, defense, I feel like I'm most comfortable out there, honestly. Feel it's like my playground out there. So it's good when I can make plays over there and just rolling in to hit the following inning, especially to lead off. But yeah, I would say just all that comes with preparation and just locking in before the game.
Defense as a whole, I mean, Jack Bell made the snag. Carson Bowen continues to get comfortable at first, and you and Cole Kramer continue rolling double plays. What is it about y'all that just kind of makes it seem so effortless?
Honestly, we just have a good time out there. You know, some of our conversations, if y'all are able to hear them, they're not even about baseball. It's like talking about what we had before the game, if we need to go to the restroom or not, or something like that. So it's just we're all super comfortable with each other, and that started right when we first met each other in the fall or in the late summer. So we're all just very, very comfortable with each other, and it just makes everything flow super effortlessly, I feel like.
You've had a different second baseman every year that you've been here. What's your approach to building that relationship with the middle infielder and just kind of getting that rapport?
Honestly, it's not really, you don't try to make a relationship, it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like just having regular human conversations outside of baseball makes the chemistry on the field so much easier, and it's been super easy with all the second basemen I've had to this year. So Cole Kramer's a great guy. We hang out a lot, crack jokes a lot. Yeah, we just hang out a lot and have a good time. So I feel like that helps with the chemistry, and then same thing with the past years too. So we're all just super comfortable with each other off the field.
Been on a team that made College World Series. You were on a team last year that missed the postseason, and then now you guys are in pretty good shape. What is it about this year's group that's different from the last two?
I don't know. I mean, every group is different. This group, we have a good edge to us. We don't stop till we get what's ours, and we're not going to stop till we get what's ours. So this team's a very gritty team. We're very young, so that means we have a lot of athletes. So that's good. Pick me up a little bit, but no, we just all believe in each other, and then that helps each of us believe in ourselves. So couldn't ask for a better team than this team. So we're gonna make a good run soon.